It's like it's a few things I pay attention to, right? And one thing I pay attention to when it comes to the hip hop culture, when it comes to, just looking at things for the fact that from the fact the point of it is like I'm looking at the thing about hip hop, right? You have a lot of groups from I'll say from the 80s, you know what I'm saying? Well, I was born in 78, right? So for me, my upbringing when I grew up around hip hop, you know what I'm saying? I would say from like the 80s, the late 80s, of course the 90s, and the early 2000s. That was kind of like the best era for me in a sense. You know what I'm saying? And one thing I can say from any artist who made it, from the 80s era, like a LL Cool J, you know what I'm saying? Late 80s, early 90s would be a E40 type, a Jay-Z type, you know what I'm saying? A Too Short type, you know what I mean? From NWA, Ice Cube, and so on, right? The thing that I love about the artists who came up when I was, say a young teen, right? Is that a lot of those artists from those eras that I just mentioned, right? They still around today. We almost in 2023. You know what I mean? We almost in year 2023, right? And it's like the question is, will your favorite entertainer, group, whatever you want to call them, right? Will they still be relevant 30 years later? Because this show was inspired by the great E40, Earl Stevens, 40 Water, the Bay Ambassador, you know? So I did a short video a week or so back when E40, he been over 30 years in the game. He just got his own street sign after 30 years in the game. So my question is, will your favorite artist, will your favorite entertainer, will they still be relevant like when they came in the game 30 years later? Do you feel? You know what I'm saying? Will they be relevant? Because, like they always say, you know what I'm saying? It's always a new individual next year. It's always a new group next year. It's always somebody new coming out, right? And I mean, now they're coming out, even faster than before, right? And I know, you know what I'm saying? They try to say it's a young man's game. Yeah, you could say that, right? You could say that, but my thing is I disagree with that because the way I look at it, right? The way I look at it, it's like if hip hop right now is 50 years old, that's debatable, right? But let's just stick with that, right? If hip hop is 50 years old, so that means, you know what I'm saying, 30 years ago, hip hop was only 20 years old, just based on what they're saying today. I'm not here to, go back and forth if it's true or not, but let's just go with the 50 years, right? So if hip hop is 50 years old, if you go back 30 years, hip hop was 20 years old. So that means hip hop would have been a young man's game based on that, right? So follow me. If that's true, then at that point, if we go back 30 years, the hip hop would have been 20 years old, right? That means the hip hop would have been a young man's game. But peep what I'm saying though. That's a young man's game based on how long hip hop's been around. But the difference is we 50 years later. You know what I'm saying? We 50 years later in the game. So if we 50 years later in the game, that means hip hop has got older. So it's no longer a young man's game. Now to certain corporate entities, right? Certain corporate entities and corporations that back a lot of your favorite artists, which is not a bad thing. It's not bad. But a lot of times these big corporations only support the artists when they consider them hot. And when I say relevant, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily meaning you still hot, but are you still relevant when that corporation is gone or when that backing is no longer there? So when you look at an artist like E40, entrepreneur, businessman, it's like he's been reinventing himself all throughout these decades. You know what I'm saying? He's been in the game over 30 years, right? Now you could say, okay, he's not as hot as he was 30 years ago, radio wise, video wise. Okay. That's debatable to a degree because who was he trying to appeal to, huh? But at the same time, we could fast forward to today. It's 30 years later. He just got his street sign 30 years later, not when he was hot, signed to a major label back then, right? He got that street sign today, 30 years later. So I say again, will your favorite entertainer still be relevant 30 years later? Do you? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, me personally, I don't like when they say it's a young man's game, right? When they try to say hip hop or, you know what I'm saying, it's a young man's game. No, it's a young man's game based on who you signed to. That's the way I look at it. It's a young man game when you're trying to get certain corporations and individuals to invest into you. Then I can say, okay, yeah, that's a young man's game. But if we look at the rap game today, we look at the entertainment world of today, who are the most relevant artists? Because I tell you now, if a festival is going on, if I'm going to a rap festival, right? Even at my age, I like a lot of the new acts. You know what I'm saying? I like a little bit of Young Dirks. You know what I'm saying? Even the Alien Chopper. You know what I'm saying? I like a lot of the new artists. But if I'm going to spend my money to go see a concert and I want to make sure I get my money's worth when I go to that concert, I'm looking for a 90s group. I'm looking from an early 2000 group, your T.I.s, your Young Jeezys, your Gucci Mane. I'm looking for those type of acts. Yeah, you could sprinkle in a lot of the new acts, but when you get up to date, when you get to the newer artists, they don't have a lot of body of work and not just body of work. Do they have quality body of work? Huh? I mean, don't get me wrong. Drake is hot. I'm a big fan of Drake, Future, but guess what? They all tapping on that 40 number. They all tapping around that 40, age bracket. So they wouldn't be considered a young artist no more, right? But they still the hottest in the game right now. So is it really a young man's game? I wouldn't say that. But if you're looking for certain individuals, certain group of people to invest into you, that's a different thing. Because the way I look at it, right? The way I look at the hip hop scene and who hot right now, to me, 50 Cent still as hot as he came in the game with Get Rich or Die Trying. From him doing the Power and you know what I'm saying, different shows, spinoffs he's doing. Yes, music may not be as hot as it once was. I give you that. But you can't tell me 50 Cent is not relevant today as he was back then. You can't tell me 50 Cent pockets, you feel me, hasn't elevated since back then. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z. He ain't dropped an album in a while. The 4-4 was cool to me. Yeah, he may not be as hot as he used to be, but you can't tell me Jay-Z is not relevant today. A lot of these young artists is trying to be a Jay-Z. A lot of these young artists are trying to be a E40, a Snoop Dogg, a Ice Cube. Huh? They're trying to get into the entertainment world outside of just making raps, trying to make movies. Who you gonna go see? Huh? So when you say it's a young man's game, I'm just trying to ask. My question to you would be, what is a young man's game? Because the way I see it, the artist that's popping, the artist that got it going on, is all the OG rappers. Everybody that's close to 40 or 40 plus is still popping today. You know why? Because they gave you great bodies of work. It wasn't just a hot song, one hot stream, and in a couple of months, they on to the next artist. So my question again is, will your favorite rapper still be relevant 30 years later? Huh? Ponder that. You know what I'm saying? I really think about that. Because like I said, if I'm going to a concert, my girl went to a festival, it was the last year, and they had at least what 50 acts, 30 entertainers or whatever. And she only went there to go see maybe 3 artists. You know what I'm saying? They sprinkled in all these littles and chopper choppers and AK-47 chopper type rappers. But them ain't the ones who really was moving the crowd. The ones that was moving the crowd was the ones like the Future types, the 21 Savage types. You know what I mean? Because what are they giving you? Great bodies of work, not just the single, not just 1 hour, one song that's streaming. And once that stream buzz out, now they got to come up with another hook. You know what I'm saying? It ain't working. So I'm not trying to diss today's generation of rappers or entertainers, whatever you call yourself. I'm just saying, you can't say it's a young man's game. Yeah, the corporations can tell you that. But when you really look, if you really step back and you look at the ones who still successful today, they're all older rappers. They're all older entertainers for the most part. You know what I'm saying? Drake is considered one of the greats. He ain't no young whippersnapper no more. You feel me? And that ain't no disrespect to him. That's actually a compliment. You know what I mean? So it's like when they say it's a young man's game, it's only a young man's game based on look how long hip hop been around. Because like I said, if it's been around 50 years, you got somebody like E40 that got over 30 plus. Of course, it was a young man's game 30 years ago, but you can't say that today. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to go to the Rock Nation brunch. Want to be up there with Jay-Z, huh? You might even get a chance to check out Beyonce. Who knows? You feel me? But my point of saying that is that this rap game is really ran by 40 plus year olds, man. If you really break it down. You know what I'm saying? You got your Jay-Z's, your 50 Cents, E40s, Drake, they tapping on 40. Future tapping on 40. Nicki Minaj, I think she is 40. Yeah, she is. So come on. How you gonna say this is a young man game when everybody tapping 40 or close to 40 or 40 plus, 50 plus, and they still relevant today as when they first came out? You know what I'm saying? You can't tell me E40 ain't popping. I mean, go to his Instagram. He show you what he working with, different business ventures he have going on, huh? Look at Bum B, UGK. You got Trill Burgers. I know everybody want to. When I go to Texas, I'm trying to get me one of them Trill Burgers, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? I get over there. I'm trying to get up to one of them Trill Burgers. I hit Texas. All these guys is late 40s, early 50s, mid 50s. You got, you know what I'm saying? Let's don't get to producers. Oh, you want to go to producers? Who the dopest producers still out there, huh? I mean, some young cats too. Don't get it twisted. But I'm just saying, if you really want that stamp, you're gonna have to get everybody still like some of the Timbo beats, Swiss beats, Rick Rock beats. Well, Rick Rock beats, yeah, fella, I rock it. Dr. Dre beats. All these folks are 40 plus, 50 plus. So my question is, will your favorite rapper still be as relevant 30 years later? You know what I'm saying? Will they be relevant, man? You know what I'm saying? So it's like another thing too I look at, right? I look at it like this. What's this over here? Hold on. Put this on. What is this talking about? What's on here? Can't figure out why I got it. Hold on. What the hell? What comment is this? What moderator at? Let me check this. What the hell is this? Get that deleted off, man. Who would be leaving me a comment on here? I don't know what this is. I don't like that. I'm gonna find out what this is and get this taken off. But anyway, I feel like for you to have longevity in this game, you know, you got to be able to produce and stay consistent or find other ways to keep you relevant other than, you know, drama or, you know, trying to figure out, you know, some type of quick buzz. You got to actually have some type of stage presence. You know what I mean? Because when you don't have a hit no more, what happens then? You know what I mean? You got to have some type of stage performance because I could. That's one reason why I like seeing the older acts because I know a group from the '90s, an R&B singer from the '90s, the early 2000s, for the most part. You know, your Mary J. Blige's. You know, when they come out and they do their R&B, they gonna really sing for you. You know, unfortunately, a lot of acts today they got the record playing. You feel me? They got the original vocals playing while they singing or rapping over it. So it's like, what are you listening to? But everybody choose how they do their thing. You know what I mean? But all I'm saying is, if you trying to really pack the house and have a dope crowd outside of a few artists that's out here popping, the rest you're gonna want to get you some acts that's been around for a while, that's tried, tested, and proven out here, huh? And all them guys, it's close to 30 years plus in the game, huh? Do you? You know what I'm saying? And it's like it just trips me out when somebody say that because it's like, oh man, you how long you been in the game? Oh, you too old to be in the game. I'm like, man, I don't know. I disagree with anybody saying making that statement. Like, how you gonna tell somebody that old in the game if rap only been around 50 years? How you gonna tell somebody they too old to be in the game? You feel me? Like that don't make sense to me. I really don't. Like that's disrespectful. You know what I mean? That's why when you go to these festivals, they got all these rappers up there, these new acts. You know what I'm saying? Folks just ride, you know, walking around rolling up what they rolling up and drinking whatever they drinking on, waiting for their favorite artist to come on. You know what I'm saying? Some of these festivals are making these artists look bigger than what they are because a lot of those fans ain't coming to see you. They coming to see 21 Savage. You feel me? They coming to see Travis Scott. They coming to see Kendrick Lamar. They coming to see J. Cole. They ain't coming to see little AK-47 Tekka Tekka. Nah. They not looking to come see him. They really just waiting around for Travis or somebody to come up there. You feel me? As opposed to an OG like me, they go hit up, you feel me? A Rock the Bells type, you feel me? A Rock the Bells type concert where you got E40, you got, you might have Naughty by Nature on there. Jay-Z, he may not come out, but you're gonna have a lot of acts on there. The Locks, you feel me? You're gonna have a lot of different acts come out there. Then you got R&B coming out there. Come on. It's gonna be a nice, good celebration. You feel me? So the way I look at it, the game is really set up for the 40-plus-year-olds to really get out here and ball and really get out here and bust a move and make it happen. Long as you got quality body of work. So to me, when somebody say it's a young man's game, it's like young to who? Because when you're trying to go see a dope concert, who you really going to see? Is you trying to go see little AK-47, the triple Tekka? Or you trying to go see a T.I. type concert, huh? A J. Cole concert, huh? Travis Scott concert. Are you trying to go those? Or are you trying to go see AK-47 triple Tekka? You know what I'm saying? Well, one hot song. In about 3 months, nobody's going to hear nothing else from them, huh? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know? Because it's like, I went to the Future concert, right? Where Future came out here early this year. I went to go see Future. He brought out, out here in the Bay Area, he brought out Mr. Fab. He came out and did his thing. He brought out a few acts. But what nobody's trying to hear all that new stuff. They was trying to hear people old body of work. The new acts, wasn't popping too much. G Herbo came out, he was all right. But when, that Mr. Fab song come on, got the North, got the East, got the, be cool. And he 40 plus. I'm just saying. It's not just a regional thing. You trying to get a movie, trying to get your acting career off, huh? Who you gonna try to go see if you hit Hollywood? You gonna try to holler at Ice Cube. He 50 plus. You want to go to the brunch? You want to be hanging around all the stars with Jay-Z? Jay-Z is what? 50 plus. So to me, it ain't a young man's game. It's a 40 plus year old game. You feel me? That's who really running these industries and really can set you up in good deals. I don't know too many young acts that don't want to sign to Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it may not work out after a while, but they want to sign. They first want to sign and see what's popping with it first. And then they make a decision later on, but they do want to get involved in the business with Rock Nation. And who owns Rock Nation? Who's the founder, or maybe not the founder, but who's the biggest person that's involved with Rock Nation? Jay-Z. So come on now. Ain't a young man game. It's only a young man's game if you looking to get the major corporate backing. That's the only time you could, to me, when you could say it's a young man's game. But to me, all the artists that's super successful outside of Drake and a couple of other artists, they all 40 plus year olds. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Lil Wayne. 40, and Drake is on tapping 40. Lil Wayne, I believe he is 40. Nicki Minaj is 40. Future is tapping 40. So what are they talking about? Huh? And that make me get into the segue to Megan Thee Stallion. We about to chop it up tonight, man. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I appreciate that. I am Shawn Beastolla. All I bring to you was nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration, huh? But with the Megan Thee Stallion, though, right? I gotta say this, right? With Megan Thee Stallion, I gotta say I listened to that new song Cobra, right? And I will say this: I'm not a big Megan Thee Stallion fan, but I kind of like that Cobra song though. I'm not gonna hate. See, one thing about Shawn B. Stoller, I'm not a hater, man. You feel me? If the song sound good to me, if it's knocking, regardless if I like your music or not, I respect it because I'm a hip hop fan. I love hip hop music, the culture, and everything circled around it. You feel me? But that Cobra song, I kind of like that, and to me, I feel like she taking a shot at Blueface because I seen part of an interview Blueface had did with was it Jason Lee? It was with somebody I can't remember who Blueface did a interview with. I want to say it was on Jason Lee, and he was talking about how him and Nicki Minaj, I mean, excuse me, him and Megan Thee Stallion had some type of relations, and they did certain things, and he didn't hit, but she did some things for him, sexually or whatever. I'm not gonna go into details on that, but on that Cobra song, she had a line in there talking about how the dude said she went down on him and all he do is sit in his house. I felt like that was kind of like a shot at Blueface. So, tell me if I'm wrong. Somebody check that song out and go back and check the Blueface interview he did. I felt like she was throwing lugs at Blueface on that Cobra song. So I feel like she was doing that because she was saying if I'm depressed and I got depressed P, you feel me? And watch how I whip it on him. So I could be wrong, but I just felt like Megan Thee Stallion was taking shots at Blueface on that new Cobra song. So if I'm correct, I'm Shawn B. Stoller. I said it first. Give me my credit if I'm right, man. You know what I'm saying? But that Cobra record, it's nice. It's decent. I'm not gonna hate. That Cobra record she put out was decent. And one thing I like about Megan Thee Stallion is seeing that, and I got to give it to Academics too. DJ Academics had said a while back that when Megan Thee Stallion come out, if she have more substance in her music, she might really take off. And I believe it too. I believe it because with this Cobra record, it was less twerking. Even though the video was twerking, I mean, she gonna do what she do. That I respect it. But if you listen to the actual lyrics, she's on there actually giving you substance, telling about her depression a little bit and things she been through in her life, what she going through. She miss her parents. So she trying to give I felt like she's trying to give you substance other than just the body yada yada yada. She's not trying to give you the body yaddy. She actually giving you substance in her music. So I feel like if she continue going down that path, I'm definitely gonna cop the album. You feel me? If she put out a couple of more records and it's a little you have more substance and just twerking type music, which I don't mind. Don't get it twisted, man. You feel me? I'm a freak at heart when it comes to the ladies. I love women, so I just feel like with Megan Thee Stallion since she been gone for so long and everybody that know about what happened with Tory Lanez. I just feel like this is her time to really put all of her pain and put all her frustration and whatever she feel or don't like or whatever, put it into her music. And it seemed like that's what she doing. So if she keep the pace going, I definitely think whenever she dropped this album, man, you feel me? It may go to the moon with this one. So I just think that she on pace to really take off, but you still got Nicki Minaj right around the corner. So we're gonna see if it'd be crazy if they both drop albums around the same time because I know Nicki Minaj pushed her album back. So we'll see. I called that a couple of videos back too. I felt like for a minute that Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, and Nicki Minaj was gonna drop their album around the same time, but it looked like Megan is for sure. So if they both drop in December, man, that's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm saying? Perfect for the holidays. Oh, hey, man, I'm gonna do a review on both of those albums whenever they drop, but mostly Nicki. I got something special for Nicki. So any Nicki fans, you definitely want to check out Shawn Beastolla review when the album drop. I got, man, I'm not gonna give up no secrets, man, because you know some folks be biting your material. So when it come out, I'm gonna have a whole little layout for the Nicki Minaj. So get ready for that. But back to Megan though. Really liking that Cobra record though. So Megan Thee Stallion, your peoples, you feel me? Man, let her know, man. I really I like the record. I like the direction it seemed like she going with this new song, with the new Cobra song. I like the direction. Because I feel like right now, I like the ratchet music. You know what I'm saying? I like some of the City Girls album, man. I don't even want to talk about that. But I'm gonna say this though, just music. What I talk about is strictly music. I don't want to get into personal business, but I will say the City Girls album was a little flat, man. It was really flat. It had a couple of songs on there, but it was real flat. You could tell they had a big gap in between their albums. You know what I mean? And so I do like a lot of the ratchet music, the Sexy Reds, City Girls. I like a little bit of that new album, but I can't wait for if Megan Thee Stallion is coming with more substance like she just did on that Cobra record. If she give me more substance, I'm definitely going that route. And then with Nicki Minaj, the last time I saw you, that's when it remind me of you Can See Through Me when it comes to Nicki Minaj. That new record she just put out not too long ago. I did a short for it too. Last time I saw you, it's in reference to me. It goes back to You Could See Through Me that was on her first album. So which is crazy because the album is called what Pink Friday 2, and the first album was called Pink Friday. So makes sense why she would drop that type of record just to have that same type of feel, but of course more updated though. So yeah, but I gotta say with Megan Thee Stallion, I was impressed though. You know what I mean? I was impressed. I like the video with the snakes and all that. Hey man, do your thing. She a beautiful woman too. You know, I love a chocolate woman or you know what I mean? A caramel woman. You understand me? So Megan was looking real delicious out there. Huh? You know what I mean? Hey now. Hey, man, I can appreciate a beautiful woman, man, any time of the day, huh? So you ain't gonna never hear Shawn B. Stoller question, you know what I mean, or have an issue with you know what I mean, with a beautiful woman, huh? Never be a problem for me, huh? But anyway, I do like that record. I feel like with Megan Thee Stallion, if, if she come with a couple of more and just had that one undeniable, I definitely think her album will go to the moon and back. You feel me? And then right now it's the time because everybody want to hear what Megan got to say too. You know what I mean? Everybody want to hear what Megan because Megan been quiet. You know what? Let me break that down too. I got to give another shout out to Megan Thee Stallion because folks been talking real reckless about her. I did a video a while back about it, and if you go back and watch my videos, I talked about Tory Lanez and so his sucker move. I'm sorry, bro. I like some of Tory Lanez music, but if it's true how it went down, that was some real sucker clown weak individual move right there, bro. But anyway, I don't even want to get into that. But with Megan Thee Stallion, I gotta say though, if she stay in pocket the way she is now and come with that undeniable hit, that album's going to the moon and back. You feel me? And back to the moon. You feel me? Cause she been quiet. She haven't been out here on social media from what I could see. I don't follow her on Instagram, but from what I can see and what's information that's been public that I've been able to get access to, Megan Thee Stallion been super quiet. So all these individuals talking about they stand up individuals and they don't snitch, they don't do this, they don't do that. Outside of court, Megan Thee Stallion have not said nothing that I know about. You feel me? So the way she doing it, which is very smart if she's doing it this way, is putting it all in the music. And I think that's the most smart and genius way of doing it. Because if you are an artist, what's the best way to get your point across? Not sending a tweet, not having Twitter fingers, huh? Let's put it in the music. You know what I mean? Because it's like with the Jay-Z, going back to Jay-Z and Nas when they had their little beef, everybody was anticipating their music. Like, ooh, Jay-Z said this, ooh, Nas said this, but it was all on their albums though. So it made you want to go do what? Buy the album to find out what Nas said. Find out, when Nas came out with Ether, when Jay-Z came out with Takeover. So it's like, keep it in the music, man. That's one thing I don't like with today's generation. Everybody want to be quick to put it on Instagram. They want to hurry up and have an interview, but you ain't putting the music out though. How you an artist and you ain't doing music? You want to do an interview. Put the music out, then do an interview. You feel me? You know what I mean? That's how you let me know when some of these cats ain't really got no sauce, bruh. They ain't got no sauce if they quick to take everything to the internet. Bruh, put that on wax, bruh. Put that on wax. You feel me? And get your money up. But anyway, shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. You know what I mean? A lot of folks want to hate on her, but hey, man, I ain't a hater. I'm a congratulator. I'm from the Bay Area, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We don't do nothing but, you feel me, congratulate. This is where the word player hater, I believe, was invented. That's what Fody said. It came from the Bay. So we don't hate over here no more, man. We congratulate. You feel me? You know? And then so shout out to Megan Thee Stallion. I do got this one video we're gonna get into, and it's in correlation to this. It's called The Process. You know how everybody is talking about the process, going through the process. I did this video about a year ago, but y'all ain't feeling me though. I did this video a year ago called The Process, and we about to get into it, man. Hold up. Let me see where it's at. I want to start this off by saying, welcome home, Brittany Griner. And I hope this is a message to, I definitely just want to say that. So, welcome home. Believe in you. Is it go? Do you feel me? There are a few that will. Let's bring it back. That's all part of it. It needs to go. The process that you're going through. You have to respect the process of going through the motions, going through the steps. Hold on. Believing in yourself. You feel me? Wait a minute. Where my link at? Why my links changed up? I don't like that. My links is acting up. Hold up. There we go. You know? So you got to understand that because, I'm not coming at her in any type of way. I'm just using that for example because, you have to understand, traveling to Mexico, what happened with the young lady, Shaquita, whatever. Brittany Griner. Hold on. And even with that Cancun, want to say of going through the motions, going through the steps, believing in yourself. Because if you respect the process, you have to understand that not everything is going to go the way that you want it to. Talk to but it's going to go the way that it needs to go. Because sometimes you have to go through, you know what I'm saying? You have to go through those situations. Talk to them. You have to go through those situations to get an understanding. And that's all part of the process. Right. That's all part of the process for you to understand the process you going through. Right. Because once you get to your goal, once you get to your destination in life, you'll know how to treat it. Once you go through your process, that's part of you building up yourself to handle that success that you're going to encounter. Because you're going through your process. Right. See, a lot of people want to skip a whole lot of steps. And yeah, there are a few that will. But unfortunately for a lot of them who, don't have that security blanket to protect them. Right. When you skip a few courses, when you skip a few events in your life where you pass up a few of the process steps for you to get to your goal,
As quick as you get it, as quick as it go. Do you feel me?
Do you feel? Talk to him.
See, you got to respect the process, man. You know, and don't look at another person's situation like that's your situation,
Right?
because you don't know what that person went through to get to where they're at.
Talk to him.
You know, I'm pretty sure they went through some type of process their own self. So you got to respect your process and go through your steps and make it happen.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Some people get it quick, some people get it later.
Come on, man. I've been gassing y'all for a minute, man. Y'all better be subscribing to the Shawn Beastolla. This is the Shawn Beastolla show. All I bring to y'all is nothing but good game. Keep it going. Let's go, man.
But it's still a journey in that process. Do
Right?
you feel me?
Huh? Talk
So
to
you
him.
got to respect the process out here, man. You got to understand that the steps you're going to go through, especially if you really got some major goals and major achievements that you definitely want to accomplish,
Right?
you got to respect the process.
Come on, man.
Go through them steps, man. Go through whatever you got to go through, because at the end of all that, it's going to make you even stronger. It's going to make you even that much more hungrier to get after what you're trying to achieve. Do you feel me?
Come on, man.
So respect that process. You know what I'm saying? Respect it. I know when you're going through it, especially, if it's not going the way you want it to, just appreciate the fact that you able to go through them steps. Appreciate the fact that you recognize, okay, I'm not where I want to be, but I'm in the process of getting there. I'm positioning myself so I can be great, so I can make things happen. Do you feel me?
Come on now. See, life, you gonna have a process.
Because it's a lot of steps, man.
Mm.
It's a lot of steps you got to go through. You know what I'm saying? Relationships that you need to build. But it only happens if you go through the process, if you respect the process. Because going through those steps, right, you learn what not to do. Going through those steps, right, you learn how to network. Going through those steps, right, you start to figure out who was who in the process. Do you feel me?
Come on, man. I've been gassing this up for
So
so
that,
long,
but
man.
I'm just
I'm just saying, come
you
on
going
now.
through, just keep pushing out here.
Come on
You know what
now.
I'm saying? Because it's going to happen for you. There's no way it's not going to happen for you if you stay dedicated,
Mm.
if you stay motivated.
Mm.
Even if you stumble and fall, you still in process. So that means that you still in position to win out here. Do you feel me?
Did you hear that? It says, even if you stumble, even if you fall, as long as you still in position, you still on your process. You still in your process. You still on track to get to your goal, to get to your destination, for you to win, for you to continue to step into your greatness.
And I was talking to, one of my coworkers the other day, and, you
Talk to
know,
them.
they was going through a few things. I ain't gonna put his business out there like that, but I will say this, you know, especially to my guys and anybody where they take care of their household, and this individual I'm talking about, he's the only one working in this house, you know what I'm saying? He married, got kids, wife, whatever. But the thing of it is that, he's getting a little stressed out for the fact that, it's the holiday season. And it's just he just feel like it's a lot on his plate. And I was just breaking it down to him because he asked me some questions, you know what I'm saying? So that made me feel comfortable, really want to chop it up with him, you know what I'm saying? Because he asked him my opinion. And I was just telling him that, man, look at it like this. Be
Right?
thankful you are in a position
Uh,
where you can take care of your household. You making sure all the essentials is taken care of.
talk to them.
So with that being said, you know what I'm saying? just appreciate that, because sometimes just being able to do the basics, you know what I'm saying, in a rough situation is a blessing within itself.
Whew.
Just being able to provide the essentials that your family need, you know what I'm saying?
You heard that? When you in a tough spot in life, when you in a bad position in life, when you still able to take care of the necessity things, you know what I mean? When you still able to take care of your essentials, meaning if you still able to take care of that light bill, if you're able to still go to the grocery store, you still able to pay your, you know what I'm saying, your car note, but you don't have no extra money, but at least your house is being taken care of. You still in position. So respect your process. Do you?
You know what I'm saying? For the fact that you're able to take care of the household, nobody is struggling in the sense of eating wise or in the sense of not being able to pay the bills.
Talk
You
to
know,
him.
your lights not getting cut off, your car not getting repoed.
Come on now.
So be thankful for what you do have in front of you.
Come on.
And that's
now.
part of that keeping it pushing. Because, you know, yeah, you're going through something right now. I feel you, man. I definitely do. But at the same time, you got to step back and understand your situation as well. You know, so
Talk to
don't
him.
let this, you know, social media, don't let these, you know what I'm saying, all these folks on the net, you know, get you feeling like, man, I'm not where I'm supposed to be at.
Come
But
on.
you
now.
right where you need to be at, because you're
Talk
able to
to him.
do what you need to do. You know what I'm saying?
Come
You
on.
still
now.
able to take care of your household with everything that's going on. You know what I mean? The basics is being taken care of.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? You're not struggling to the sense of losing your house.
Come
Bills
on.
is
now.
being paid.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? So yeah, you're gonna go through what you go through, but at
Yes,
the
sir.
same time, step back and really understand where you at and
Huh?
continue pushing. Do you feel me?
Huh? Whoever you believe in, whoever you pray to, that's who you go to for your strength.
You gotta
And
keep
keep pushing.
pushing out here. And hit that subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? I'm giving y'all all this sauce on this mic.
You heard this, man. Hit that subscribe button, huh? Hit that like button, man. Like I said, man, I bring nothing but game to y'all. Good conversation, good motivation. And this video is a year old. The process. That's all I'm saying, man. You know, whatever you going through in life, I know even now we get going into the holidays, right? You gotta still get out here and make things shake, especially if you got a family to support or you just got goals that you want to achieve. You still got to get out here and keep it cracking. So respect your process and keep pushing.
Hit that subscribe button, man. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We getting it in.
Yes, sir.
But you, regardless what you going through, you
Mm.
gotta keep pushing.
Mm.
Regardless what obstacles are in your way, you gotta keep pushing.
Yes, sir.
Regardless what somebody is or ain't doing, you gotta keep pushing. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
feel me?
Come on, man.
So that's why I was, I just want to bring that on the mic and really just put that out there, because I know somebody got to feel me when I speak on this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, don't let other people, or don't let things that you see other people doing, trick you or finesse you out of your position.
Mm.
I did a video a while ago about that. Don't get
Right.
finessed out of your
Come
position.
on.
And a lot of times it's your own self finessing your own self out of your own position, because you're not really understanding where you at. You don't appreciate the position that you already in.
Mm.
You already in a great position, but you gotta see it.
Talk
You
to
gotta
him.
understand where you at and continue to build on that. Do you feel me?
Did you hear what this man just said, man? Understand the position that you in, understand where you at in life, and continue pushing. See, this is the thing, right? When I talk about after 30 years, will your favorite entertainer still be relevant? When I just had the conversation about Megan Thee Stallion. All this correlates to this conversation we having tonight. Because the core of all of this is that you have to go through whatever you have to go through, what I call the process of life. You got to go through whatever you have to go through. But what I'm saying is accept that. Accept where you at, accept where you need to go, and continue pushing yourself through whatever your challenges are. Huh? Whatever your obstacles are. Because just like I mentioned earlier, when I talk about the rap game, how they quick to say, or at least for a long time, they were saying the rap game is a young man's game. But the rap game, based on what they putting out there, the rap game is only 30 years old. So 30 years ago, hip hop was only 20 years old. So yes, the rap game was a young man game based on the years of how long the hip hop has been, labeled hip hop, right? But now we get into an age where the 40+ year olds is running the game. All your best artists, your Drakes, your Futures, they all tapping 40. Nicki Minaj, she already in her 40s. So it really ain't a young man's game. It's a 40+-year-old game. Do you feel? Let's get back to it.
You know? So that's, so with my coworker, my partner, I just have to let him know that because, man, you know what I'm saying? Y'all not out here struggling.
Right?
You're not out here struggling. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, things get a little tight, but you still able to take care of what you need to take care of.
Talk to them.
So appreciate that and continue pushing, man. You know what I'm saying? So I know somebody out there got to feel me on that. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, regardless what you going through, you got to keep pushing.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. In this video, that video was like a year old. You know what I mean? I just wanted to come on here and just show y'all, man. What I bring on this mic, man, I've been kicking this for a while and I'm not going to stop kicking it. I'm independent. I'm not signed to nobody. You know what I'm saying? As my subscribers go up, you know what I'm saying? The little bit of revenue I do get from YouTube, I just reinvested into my product. You know what I'm saying? That's why I got the mic set up, got the mic stand, I got a desk, couple of cameras in here, lights, my lights looking better. I'm only putting in based on what the people give me and what I feel is necessary for me to get the job done. So hit that like button is all I'm asking, and hit that subscribe button. You new to my channel, feel what I'm kicking, kick something in the super chat. You feel me? And just show your support. At least hit that like button to show some support. Show some that you appreciate the channel, man. You know what I'm saying? But you got to respect your process. And then, the other thing too, though, we're about to get into. So we talked about, you know, your favorite artist or entertainer. Will they be relevant after 30 years? And we talked about excuse me, why I keep saying Nicki Minaj? She's about to get ready to drop that out. Megan Thee Stallion. We talked about Megan Thee Stallion. And then the last part we're going to get into is Keefe D. Keefe D is the last person they saying that was in the car of when Tupac, unfortunately, was taken, that was taken from us. Let's say that. You know what I mean? Because I don't even like to say it in no other context. So based on the actions of Keefe D and the people that was in the car with Keefe D, Tupac Shakur is no longer here with us. And I did a video not too far back saying that old goons, new fools, which is that's a dope title too, man. Old goons, new fools. Man, y'all need to watch that video. But anyway, I feel like with Keefe D, right? I mean, I said what I said on old goons, new fools. but I want to double down on something else I did not mention in that video, and that is with Keefe D, right? He went on like this world tour, right? You know what I mean? For him selling the his experience riding in the car or driving a car, whoever was driving, that's not important to me. I just want to say the vehicle he was in and associates that was in the car with him, helped delete Tupac, right? So he went on this world tour, and we 27 years, almost 30 years on that too, right? But anyway, with Keefe D, he went on this tour telling his story of how him and his homies, how they handled Tupac and Suge Knight, right? I feel like this. I feel like all these different podcasters, vloggers, bloggers, YouTubers, whoever that interviewed Keefe D and made a substantial amount of money off of those videos of him basically telling on himself, for him to be in jail, which is by his own demise. I'm not here to deny that, at least in my opinion. I'm not here to say that that's their fault that Keefe D is in the position that he's in, because he the one who told the story. No, nobody forced him. Based on what I've seen, nobody was forcing him to tell those stories. But for him to tell all those stories and self snitch on himself, for him to have a public defender is ridiculous. Now, let me make it very clear. I'm not here to aid Keefe D or to be in his corner. No, not at all. But for the fact that he went to Vlad TV, Vladimir, DJ Vlad, Art of Dialogue. And he did some other places he went to, but mostly with those two that I would recognize that he was doing videos for was Art of Dialogue and Vlad TV. They got 100,000s. I'm pretty sure Vlad got over millions of views. Now I'm pretty sure you probably paid Keefe D, but I feel like just for the fact that you got even more popular with the Keefe D interviews, right, surrounding Tupac, I feel like with Vlad particularly, he should be help funding Keefe D attorney, his lawyer, whatever he need. I feel like he should be helping him because, like I always say, when everything is good, when people can benefit off of you, oh man, they shaking your hand. Hey man, you need some coffee. Hey man, you need a cab, you need an Uber, you need this, you need that. Oh, they open hands for you. You know what I mean? They open up doors for you, right? But soon as they don't need you no more, as soon as you no longer beneficial, look how quick they separate themselves from you. So with Vlad TV, in my opinion, I feel like you should be help funding Keefe D to have a lawyer. Because I know you probably threw him a few dollars, right? But I'm pretty sure if you made 2-3 million off the Keefe D interview, I'm not saying you did, but if you have made over 2 million off a Keefe D interview, I'm talking about Vlad right now, and you gave that man, let's say you gave him 30,000 and you made 2 million, hypothetically speaking, that's what I'm saying right now. I feel like you still should be able to help that man. He shouldn't be having a public defender when you made millions of dollars based on his self-incrimination and the questions that you were asking. So it's a shame that with Keefe D, which I'm not a fan of him, because I'm a fan of Tupac, You know what I'm saying? The greatest rapper that I consider the greatest rapper that ever touched the mic in my eyes. Because he had that music that made you had to feel it. When Tupac talked about Brenda got a baby, didn't know so. When he was talking about Brenda had a baby, keep your head up, dear mama, temptation. I mean, he had a lot of hits way before he got to All Eyes on Me, right? But the thing about Pac, you really felt it, at least from my era. You know what I'm saying? I graduated high school in 1997. So when you talk about teenager, that was me. You know what I mean? So back to Keefe D. I just feel like this. I feel like people like Vlad and Art of Dialogue and any other platform that made a lot of money off of Keefe D, y'all need to come to his aid. I'm not saying you should pay for everything, but should be throwing that guy a few bones for the fact that he done broke bread with y'all, basically self-snitched on himself. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, that's why I always say this. I'm not saying when I say be an individual, I'm not saying don't hang around like-minded people. I'm saying that at the end of the day, when the stuff hit the fan, when things go bad, a lot of these people that you think are in your corner will no longer be there, and you can't even. And that's why I say I'm the realest individual in the room, because I don't anticipate nobody to help me. So I move and try to protect myself as such. Because at the end of the day, when my back against the wall, I rely on myself, the grace of God, and some of my closest family members to be there for me, and a couple of friends. But I don't expect to get a large volume of help. That's not the way my brain works. So think about that when you in your group of your homies, your partners, your besties. When it's a big group of y'all, how many of y'all gonna really be there when somebody is really down and out? Because most folks that are around you when you in a baller phase, you in a baller stage, you know what I'm saying, you in a best position, that's when you have the most people around you. When you're able to pay for parties, pay for events, taking trips, you paying for this, paying for that. Just imagine how many friends you have at that point. But once that money dry up, you can't do this, can't do that. Where they at? Where they at? So I hope Keefe D does not have a public defender for his whole trial, but it's looking real ugly, man. It's looking real ugly for homeboy. And like I said, I'm not really a fan of him, but at the same time, he helped put a whole bunch of other people either in position or made them get or helped them get even more notoriety to get more eyes to whatever product and service that they were offering. Huh? So we're gonna do one more video. This is called Do You Live in Reality? I told you, man, I've been gassing for a while, man. Y'all gotta respect my channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're gonna get into it. Let's go. It's like
The question is, do you live in reality?
Talk to
Do
him.
you live in reality? Or do you have this fantasy
Mm.
in your mind that you think that you're living in a sense of your reality of your situation?
Mm.
Huh? You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk about it, you know what I'm saying, tonight.
Come on now. I am Shawn
That's the
Beastolla.
question. You know, do you live in your own reality of your situation or whatever that is?
Come on now.
You know what I'm
Let's
saying?
go. Let's get into it. Talk to him, man. Let's get it popping.
Because it's like, I've been on this earth 40 plus years, right?
Right?
And one thing I have realized, you know what I'm saying, from being the age that I am today and coming up as a young teenager, a young adult, you know, I feel, in my opinion, you know, when you're young, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably felt this way, you know, you be like, oh, when I get this age, I'm gonna have this. When I get this age, I'm gonna buy this. I'm gonna get this house. I'm gonna buy this car. I'm gonna have this many kids. I'm gonna be married. I'm gonna be a player. I'm gonna be whatever, right?
Talk to him.
That's like that fantasy that you living in. You know what I mean? That fantasy world. And then as you continue going through life, you can continue going through your process in life.
Talk to him.
Some of those dreams, not saying that you have to stop believing in them. You just have to update them a little bit. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Some of those dreams, you have to look at it in a different angle on how you can achieve those things. You know what I'm saying?
Come on now. Talk to him.
So the question is, do you live in reality of your situation? Do you feel?
Come on now.
Like I said, we're going to get into it tonight. Man.
Talk to him,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? And shout out to all my subscribers, too.
Yes, sir.
Y'all been rocking with me, and anybody new to my channel, just know this. All I bring to you is nothing but good game. Good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration. I am Shawn Beastolla. Let's
go.
You know what I'm saying? But seriously, you got to really ask yourself, or maybe you already know. You know what I mean? You gotta
Talk to him.
really look at yourself and where you're at in life and ask yourself, is this how you visioned yourself? Huh? Are you achieving the things that you dreamed of?
Come on.
You know, because after a certain age, you got to really look at your situation for what it is.
Come on.
And
Talk
I
to him.
personally feel like once you get to that point and you can accept what is, that's when you start to step into your greatness. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, now, okay, I'm here. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm at in life. This is what's happening. It's really happening the way it's going to go. So the question is, what are you going to do now? How do you see your end result now?
Come on.
How are you going to achieve the things now? Do you feel?
Come on now. Do you live in reality? Keep it going. Let's go, man.
That's the real question.
Talk to him.
You know what I mean? How you going to achieve those things? Because it's like, we all going to have things that hinder us. We all going to have things that's going to put us at a disadvantage in some type of way.
Right?
But how do you handle those difficult situations? How do you handle being comfortable, being uncomfortable? Huh?
Talk to him.
That's the question. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yeah, everything is cool when you're on the up and up. You know what I'm saying? When you getting after that bag, you doing what you do. Okay, that's cool, right? You know what I'm saying? You got that relationship that you wanted, right? Like, man, you've been, you know what I'm saying? Especially from a guy perspective, you know, you've been putting in all this time. You know what I'm saying? Everything is panning out the way that you wanted it to, right?
Right?
And now you got that relationship. You have that promotion. You
Mm.
got that business cracking the way that you want it to, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But what happens when it's the flip side of that? When everything you tried to do, everything you thought of and everything you dreamed of, you thought that it was going to go a certain type of way and it did not happen.
Mm. Talk to
What
him.
do you do then?
Mm.
How do you
Talk
see
to him.
yourself then? How are you going to achieve it then?
Mm.
Do you feel?
Do you live in reality?
You know what I'm saying? That's the real question. Because it's like, you know, you have obstacles, you have things that's going to set you back.
Mm.
You have individuals around you that maybe don't even see the vision that you have, huh?
Right.
Because it's like, you think about it, right? You know, Tyler Perry, you know, he does great movies and things like that, right? But just when I read a little bit of his story and what he said on different platforms and social medias and all that, if you ever, you know, I'm not a big fan of Tyler Perry, but I respect his hustle and his grind. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And if you look at the history of an individual like Tyler Perry, I'm just using for example right now, right? Before he became this big, you know what I'm saying, Universal Studios in Atlanta, before all that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it was years upon years where he said he was, you know, barely scraping by doing those plays, you know, get using tax return money and, you know, whoever, early investors, whoever, you know what I'm saying? And it just wasn't really cracking the way he thought it was. But you fast forward to where he at today, you
Right.
know, they call Atlanta, you know, the new Universal Studios, you know what I'm saying, of Tyler Perry. You know what I'm saying? He bought a gigantic compound or so many acres he have out there is
Mm.
ridiculous from what I hear, you know what I'm saying? But my point of saying that is this. I'm pretty sure he had a different vision
Mm.
on how he thought it was going to go. And I'm pretty sure he
Talk.
probably spoke about this, but I'm just trying to give you a reference of what I'm talking about.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So my question is, when things don't crack the way you thought it was, and
Mm.
you know the loan didn't come through the way you needed it to, huh?
Talk to him.
The relationship didn't go the way that you thought it was going to go, huh? The people that was in your corner ain't really in your corner the way you thought it was supposed to be, huh? What happens then? Do you live in that reality world of that situation, or are you still dreaming of what it could be, what it is? Because it's cool. It's nothing wrong with you dreaming and going after that. That's not what I'm saying. It's nothing wrong with you getting out here and achieving the things and you have a vision how you want to achieve it. I'm not saying not to do that. I'm just saying when things don't go the way it's supposed to crack, what
Mm.
is your reality then?
Talk to him.
How do you view it then? Huh?
Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? You know, because I've been in relationships, you know what I'm saying? I've been in relationships, you know what I'm saying, with a couple of beautiful females, right? And the thing about it is like, I know what my bank account, I know what's in my bank account, right? You know what I'm saying? I know what's in my account. So meaning I know how much I can afford to spend. You know what I'm saying? And you know, as a young man, when I was young in my early 20s, you know, I'll try to overdo things, overspending things, you know what I'm saying? And maxing out cards and stuff like that because I had this vision, okay, you know, I'm in this relationship. I want to do this because I like this person. I want to do that for him, you know, or I want to take these trips, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, in a relationship, you know, the woman may help me from time to time, but in general, I just feel like it's an obligation for me to just be a real individual out here and just hey, if I invite you somewhere, in my mind, that means I'm supposed to take care of that. You know what I'm saying? That's just the type of dude I am. You know what I'm saying? So I had these extravagant dreams and stuff like that. So I'm overspending, not living in my reality. And it really set me back, man. My credit cards, some of my cards was maxed out. You feel me? I'm out here, you know what I'm saying, robbing Peter to pay Paul, then I rob Paul. Do you feel? You know what
Talk
I'm
to him.
saying? Like
Talk
for
to him.
real though. Like, man, you've been
He said he had to
can
rob.
be something in my
He said he had to rob
reality
Peter.
and something that
Hold up. He said he had to rob Peter to pay Paul.
you know what I'm saying? So, do you live in reality or are you dreaming your reality? Do you
Mm,
feel?
goodness.
You know
You
what I'm
new to
saying?
the
That's
channel?
the
This is
question.
Shawn Beastolla right here. Know what I mean? That's all we kick over here. We stay dripped in nothing but game over here. You know what I mean? Do you live in reality? That's the name of this video right here, man. Let's keep it going. Let them know, man. You know? Because we all have dreams. We all have desires. We all have inspirations, right? But you got to make sure that dream, that inspiration becomes your reality by your work ethic, your grind, your dedication, your sacrifices. Do you feel? Huh? That's where it comes in at. Come on now. Talk to him.
You know what I'm saying? Because for you to be great, you got to be great at what you do.
Mm.
You have to
Oh,
be great and have that dedication
right.
for you to achieve them things. So, what is your reality? Huh? You know what I'm
Talk.
saying?
Talk to him,
Because
man.
it's like, even with me, you know what I'm saying? There's so many things I want to accomplish in my lifespan, right? You know, right now I'm in the process of buying a home right now. You know what I'm saying?
Which we
I'm in
closed on.
a
We
blessed
closed on the house
situation,
already.
you know? And it's like, I tell you this, right? You know, because I'm in the process of getting a home, you know, I got approved for a crazy amount, but I had to keep it in reality. It was like, oh, we can give you, you know, this amount of money. But I'm like, if I max out, if I get a loan for a house at this high amount that you say I can get, what is my payments looking like? And once they told me how much my payments was looking like, I was like, hold up, man, wait a minute. That's pretty much all my checks. That's all my money that's coming in. So
Mm.
you pre-approved me for this crazy amount. I had to tell the bank, like, hold up, let's lower this to where the monthly can be something in my reality and
Mm.
something that I can actually afford as a monthly payment. You feel me?
Did you hear what he said? He said he got approved for a higher amount, but because he lives in reality, he know what he can truly afford. That's game. Let's keep it going.
So that's why I had to come do this video, because once I seen that number, the monthly payment they was talking about, I'm like, and you said I'm pre-approved for that because of my income, because of my credit. You know, you know, I'm doing pretty well for myself, and it's like, I can go up to this crazy amount, but then my payment is ridiculous. How am I supposed to live after that? So you telling me all my money is going to go to this house payment? What
Mm.
about the taxes? What about essentials in the house? You know, buying foods, you know, miscellaneous things. I want to get new furniture. I want to get all these things in the house, right? But if my payment is so high, how would I be able to afford anything else? It's like,
Mm.
basically, I can afford the payment, but I can't afford to pay anything else. So live in your reality, man.
Talk to
You know what
him.
I'm saying? Live
Talk
in your
to him.
reality.
Live in your
And you got to
reality.
be firm with that. Because like I said in a lot of other my videos, man, I've been telling you for a while. So if you're new to my channel, you got to go back and watch a lot of my videos, because I really bring you the game. And it's like, you have to be comfortable being you. You have to be comfortable with your budget in life. Everybody got a budget.
Talk
You
to
know what I'm
him.
saying? So you got to be comfortable with yourself first, man. Because if I was, I feel like if I would have been somebody else, or if I wouldn't have been myself, and I would have been still living in this fantasy world of what my finances is, I'll be out here looking for this nice house. I'm not gonna lie, I would have qualified for something real nice, and especially in California, the Bay Area. I mean, oh my goodness, these prices ridiculous out here. So for them to approve me for a ridiculous loan amount, if I wouldn't have been living in reality, I would have got this loan for this very high amount, and I wouldn't have been able to afford anything else but pay a house note, man. Come on.
See, you gotta
Do you
understand that.
feel?
That's gonna go over
That's
here some
ridiculous.
people like a drone. That's gonna go over some people's head like a self plane. You know what I mean? That's gonna go over some people's head that just don't get the message, man. They don't have that understanding, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm trying to tell you. See, and that's the whole thing of what I do. I try to really bring y'all, some different type of elements and different type of conversations. You know, because you got to ask yourself, do you really live in reality? And I feel like this: the more you have that understanding, the more successful you will become because you're not delusional. You're looking at things for what they are, and you making adjustments in your life based on where you're trying to go. So I appreciate y'all watching this live tonight. You know what I'm saying? And if you watch this on a playback, please drop something in the super thanks. Show your appreciation for the channel, because all I bring to y'all is nothing but good game dipped in sauce. You know? And I want to thank everybody that watched this video. And I will be dropping another video. Will be Saturday tomorrow, or it's this tonight. I will be dropping another video tonight, so be on the lookout for me. And I just appreciate y'all watching this video up to this point, because if you made it all the way to the end of this video, that means that you completely getting gamed up over here, huh? You know? And I'm Shawn Beastolla. All I bring to you is nothing but good game, good conversation, good motivation, and hopefully some type of inspiration. Till next time, peace.